Hey, what's up, everybody? A little bit different video for you guys all today. If you couldn't tell by the title, it's actually going to be more of a reflection about what has actually happened over the course of the last 9 years. For those that haven't been able to see it in my previous videos, I am taking the next kind of step in life to hopefully further progress, and just want to, I guess, ultimately say thank you, because without the people and the support, not only on this channel, but also on all my other platforms that I do stuff, I wouldn't even be able to consider it. For those that are unaware, at the beginning of this year, at the start of January, when RLCS Season 9 was about to begin, I found out that I was no longer going to be part of the RLCS broadcasting team. I ended up having a couple conversations with the podcast with Subpar and HD and some other stuff, and have talked obviously in full basically about what I want to say on that topic ultimately. Back in January, I basically had to figure out what was I going to do, how was I going to pay my bills, how was I going to do stuff. And when that happened, it basically forced me to kind of take a look of what things did I enjoy doing, what things did I want to put emphasis and focus onto, or what things did I feel were missing. The first thing was basically me deciding, like, I don't want to go back to a 9-to-5. I used to, for those that don't know, work at a sales job that I was fairly good at and allowed me to do part-time, which is how I was able to put as much time into casting initially as I did. But realizing that I loved what I did and I didn't want to have to give it up just because I was no longer a part of the premier broadcast for RLCS. So that was kind of the first recognition of, I'm going to do literally anything in my power to make sure that I don't go back to a job that I hated. Even though it is probably the smarter choice financially, I would rather suffer now and hope things pay out in the future and kind of dip into savings a little bit to be happier in life than it would be to go into something that's a little bit smarter financially and to just kind of roll with the punches rather than actually giving myself the opportunity to try and be successful at something else. And what I mean by that is dedicating full-time to Twitch, dedicating to YouTube, and then putting myself out there as like true freelance. Obviously, when you have a dedicated game that likes to hire you, for in my case the past 4 years was RLCS, you know, you had a little bit of security, even though you knew there was always a chance it could go away. It was still that capability of being like, all right, I've got my main gig that I'm going to be working, and then the other stuff is just kind of extra. Well, that main gig is now gone, and you're kind of just hoping that those extras are now what are going to allow you to survive. I guess ultimately what I'm trying to get at is massive thank you. This year has obviously seen a lot of changes for everybody. Not only for myself with the whole casting thing, but also committing to content creation. Your support has been absolutely fantastic. Allowed me to continue to do what I love, because you guys do watch the videos and you guys do support me on Twitch and all the other kind of aspects. I'm able to still pick up casting gigs here and there, but again, it's a very scary feeling, and this is just kind of me being candid with you guys, that it is time to take that next step in life. And I wouldn't be able to do it without you. As I've said numerous times in the past few weeks, I'm going to be moving. Officially tomorrow is when I will be packing all the stuff that's in my apartment and migrating to a new place. And it's a exciting feeling for a multitude of reasons. It's me, I guess, proving to myself that I have been able to do something that I enjoy. And even if it is not the main focus of what it is, I've been able to adapt and kind of overcome the hardships that I guess come with it. And a lot of it, again, comes back to you guys. And, you know, YouTube is something that I personally, being honest with you, I'm not a fan. I think it's a lot of effort and work that goes into it, and sometimes you just don't get that reward. You feel like you put out like a banger of a video and then the views are 1/80th. Like right now I put out I have a crate video that has like 80,000 views for no reason. It just hit the algorithm and it's exploding, and I didn't really put that much effort into it. It was just like, yep, I'm just opening crates. Hopefully you guys like it. And that one does significantly better than the other ones that I spend hours upon hours taking time to edit. And that's kind of the scary thing about YouTube, is like sometimes you just put in a ton of effort and it doesn't pay off. And luckily in my case, I've been going pretty hard on it since I would say like April. And the fact that we're at almost 25,000 subs is kind of unreal to me. So again, I greatly appreciate it. So kind of back on track. The second thing is, not only do I have the affirmation of that, I'm able to kind of mold and make that adjustment, but it's basically like me starting the next chapter in my life, I guess. Despite the pandemic and all the ridiculous setbacks that everybody is having to face right now, I'm still able to, I guess, take care of myself financially, and not only do that, but move into a little bit nicer place in hopes that I'll be able to give back to you guys. The real reason why I'm moving, like, I enjoy my apartment. I think the building's like a little bit older, And the new place is not only going to have some things that are just going to, I guess, to me personally, give that feeling of like it's a step forward in life, which is more of like a mental thing. But on the other side of it as well, there's going to be a second bedroom that I'm dedicating to a studio. And I think that's going to help provide better content. I hate my backdrop. I think it's just my living room and I can't stand it. And being able to compartmentalize what my workspace is, I think is going to elevate what I'm trying to do, whether it be with green screens or like an actual backdrop, better lighting, a second PC so I can render and record at the same time, and a standing desk so I'm able to be more articulate and use my hands more, and things that, you know, I've learned from my casting career that I'm going to be able to carry over. I guess I'm essentially excited to start this next chapter, not only in my life, but also I think on this YouTube channel. I'm going to be trying to put more and more effort and continue to use an editor and kind of take the money that I'm making and put it back into projects like this. So when you guys come and watch, whether it be, you know, a crate opening video or the latest roster rumors or what's going on in the Rocket League scene, you're going to have a really pristine feeling of, I go there for 10 minutes and I get the best content possible so I can stay up to date on the craziness that is right now the RLCS or the Rocket League esports scene. And that's something that I guess I'm trying to strive. I'm trying to constantly create and change up different styles of content to figure out what it is that I'm actually trying to provide. Your feedback is essentially what allows me to continue to put out content that you enjoy, and I think I really appreciate it. You know, I've been very lucky to have the loyal fan base that I do, and the people that come out and support is greatly appreciated. To the fact that I can, you know, put out a tweet or sit on stream with a couple hundred people and sit and chat about like, what kind of videos would you like to see? And the upcoming series is going to be kind of the reminiscing of LAN. I think with the pandemic, we all miss LAN. We're all desperate for it. So being able to, you know, for the next video I do, sit down with a world champion and Marky Duda and talk about what happened in RLCS Season 2. Take it from your perspective. I'll talk about mine. Let's kind of go behind the scenes and just reminisce because we all miss it. So things like that wouldn't exist without the feedback, and I greatly appreciate it. And I guess this video is just kind of more of a rant. There's no real like timeline to how I wanted to present this. It's just me talking openly. But I guess I'm really excited to start a new chapter in my life and want to let you guys know that this is the last time that I'm going to be in this apartment. And for me, that has a really, I don't know how to explain the feeling. It's partial excitement, but it's also like a little bit of sadness. Like, I have been in this apartment for essentially, I think almost 9 years, almost a decade. I have had relationships, jobs I've hated, jobs I've loved. I started casting in this apartment. I've met some of my best friends in this apartment, gotten the opportunity to basically, like, as I've been packing my stuff, kind of reminisce about some of the meetings. I remember when I got the call from Golden Boy to ask if I wanted to be a commentator for the RLCS, and just pacing back and forth in my hallway over here, just breaking down because I just could not believe what was about to happen in my life. Even if it was only for one weekend, I still got the opportunity to fly out to a professional studio in Los Angeles, California. As being a small town kid, that's crazy. And even if we shit the bed, for lack of better phrasing, and never got to do it again, at least I gave myself the opportunity to do it. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say to wrap this video up before I continue to rant more. I plead to anybody watching this video, I guess take it from me, stuff happens. You can go through a lot of things that may look like worst case scenario. How am I going to get out of this? But take it from me, sometimes those lead to even better opportunities. It's tough to stay positive in those moments, and it's really difficult to keep your head up in the situations when, for my specific circumstances, you know, I loved casting the RLCS. I'm no longer part of the RLCS casting team. It felt like the world was over. It honestly did. And now being able to transition it and create the relationships that I've had, not only am I way less stressed, but I'm also a lot happier. And I enjoy the content that I'm putting out. And I don't have to bite my tongue. I can provide you guys information that I feel is something that I think is important and something that needs to be educated upon. I guess ultimately the biggest thing is try not to hold yourself back. Give yourself the opportunity to move forward. If you feel like there's something you want to go and do, go do it. If there's something that you're passionate about and you want to do it, find ways to make time, even if it means a little bit less sleep or a little bit less time doing this and that, and allow yourself to be in a position to possibly move forward with that passion. to where, like myself, you can turn it into a career. So I guess final words, again, greatly appreciate all the continued support. This may feel like it's kind of like a signing off video, but I feel like we're just getting started, and that's a really exciting feeling. Because of that, there is going to be a little bit of downtime in some of the videos. I've got to set up the new studio and get some stuff going. It is going to be an evolving process over the next few weeks as product is starting to come in. I've got a desk that's coming. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to do to upgrade and make the content better for you guys. And ultimately, I wouldn't even be able to make those types of purchases if it wasn't for your support. So again, I greatly appreciate it, and thank you.